you know what the Everglades is? Come on, y'all never heard of the Everglades in Florida?
No.
What are the Everglades, Miss Nichols?
It's a national park in the Florida area. We have swamp area, tall grasses. And forests don't always have to be trees and mountainous. It's preserved.
Now you heard of swamps, right?
Yeah.
Something like the Everglades. That's what the big forest is called, the Everglades. What we want to go over right now is we want to pinpoint on two words, cause and effect. For instance, let's give an example. We all had to go outside this morning because we heard the fire drill bell, right? Now, cause is an action and effect is a reaction. So if I said we had to go outside because we all heard the fire drill bell, what is the cause?
We had
Tyrell?
to go out, well, the fire drill bell ring.
Right. And what's the effect, Alea?
Because it was fire.
Because it was a fire or because you heard?
Oh, because we heard the fire alarm.
Right, you heard the fire alarm. Let's take another example. I was 1 minute late this morning because I had to let my little puppy outside. You hear that? I was 1 minute late because I had to let my little puppy outside. What is the cause?
You was late? No. She let her puppy.
Right, I let my puppy outside. And what was the reaction?
Oh, you was late for work.
Was late for work. Okay, you got that, right? So when, as you can see, it say, underline the words in the passage that signal cause and effect. We want you to underline the cause when you're looking for your sentences, your evidence, answering the questions, okay? We want you to underline the cause and circle the effect. You have 7 minutes.
Wait, did you really was 1 minute late?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you just saw it.
All right. make sure that you underline your sentences, showing the evidence from answering your questions, and numbering your sentence that corresponds to the question. Okay, while Ms. Gillum and, Ms. Nichols is going around grading your papers, one sentence that I do wanna point out very quickly, and that's the second paragraph. The snakes that are the biggest problem are Burmese pythons. You all know what pythons is, right? I've heard of pythons. These snakes are not native to the Everglades. Pet dealers originally brought them to the United States from South Asia because Burmese pythons are not native. They disrupt the natural order of the Everglades ecosystem. What we want to pay attention to is that sentence that start out as because. You know, Ms. Nichols have told you all not to start your sentences with because. But here we see a sentence starting with because, and there's a reason for that. They are separating this sentence because it's a subordinate clause. That's the only time that you can do that. You all don't do that because you are, look up here, look up guys, you are reacting. Your reaction is first when you start out your sentences. You have no action in it. So I wanted to bring that out because sometimes you're going to see because, but it's only because it's a subordinate clause that the writer or the person who's coming up with these worksheets trying to get the point across. As you see, the snakes are not native to the Everglades. Pet dealers originally brought them to the United States from Southeast Asia because Burmese pythons are not native. They disrupt the natural order of the Everglades ecosystem. You understand that? Any questions? So you all did great on this worksheet, right?